Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Lori Bradner with the Florida Aviation Network, and we are celebrating. We are broadcasting live and in the clear from the Central Florida Aerospace Academy, where we are celebrating 50 years of Sun and Fun. I am telling you, the excitement, the energy is palpable in the air. If you have not joined us at the Lakeland Linder Airport, there's still time. Come see us today. We've got, the storms have passed and we've got beautiful weather here. Please come see us. I have the best job in the world, and I get to meet and have gotten to know some of the most extraordinary individuals. And today, ladies and gentlemen, I am very honored to be sitting with Barbara Walters-Phillips today. Barbara, thank you, thank you, thank you. It is always just a joy, an honor, and a pleasure to have you. You don't change, you don't age, you are extraordinary. And today, I know we've got so much to talk about, so we could be here for hours and hours, and we only have half an hour. But I wanted to start, Barbara. You've been coming to Sun and Fun for years and years and years, celebrating 50 years. Tell us where it all started for you. Can you give us a little snippet about what you remember and what it means to be 50 years, celebrating 50 years?
Well, I've been here, I think, about 32 of those years.
That's awesome.
And I originally came to a teacher workshop. That was my first thing. And Billy Henderson met with me. I know, we love Billy. Met with me and asked if I would take it over, because I was doing a workshop before I came to Florida in Maryland at BWI Airport. And I used to get 450 teachers on a Saturday. So he asked if I would take it over. And so I did that and have done it until just recently. And I can remember the days when we came and the chairs and the tables were being delivered in little tents. And they were stacked up, and our committee, and our committee has been together for many years, but we would actually set up the tables and chairs the night before to get ready. Amazing. So we were the first people in the tents, and it was really fun.
I love it. And you know what, Barbara, you've always had a passion for aerospace, but also aerospace education. And not only for our youth, but also helping teachers so that we get the word out. Tell us a little bit, what are you doing now? Now, I know I want to talk about Young Eagles and what you do with the EAA. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing now.
Okay, well, I am president of the EAA Chapter 74 in Orlando, and we are very involved with Young Eagles. We fly about every other month. Actually, we flew 42 last Saturday. Amazing. So it was a beautiful day, and we really enjoyed that. But we do that. We do the flights as often as we can. But in addition, many years ago, the students would come back and have this big smile on their face and say, "What's next? What else do you have?" So we started classes called Introduction to Aviation. Very basic name.
That's all right.
And the students come, this is for 12 on this, 12 through 17-year-olds. Awesome. Now, the Young Eagle flights themselves, which are free airplane rides for students between the ages of 8 and 17.
Now, with the Young Eagles, I know, it's not just your chapter. All EAA chapters do Young Eagles. And, you know, what is really the mission? So can anybody come? How do they find out about it? You know, and tell us a little bit about what happens when the students come and they you know, as they come to the airports, what happens?
Well, it's really nice now because there is an online sign-up. There is a website, and everyone should make note of this. It is YE Day, Young Eagle Day, yeday.org.
Perfect. And yeday.org. Write that down.
Write that.
Especially if you have children, write that down.
Right. Any children between the ages of 8 and 17 are invited, and they're not limited to one time. They are welcome to come and have more than one flight. They're also welcome to go to different areas, different airports for flights. By going to yeday.org, you will see the little symbol for the chapters that have flights coming up. And it will give the date and the location, and you register online. That's awesome. And then 3 days, the Wednesday before the Saturday, you get a reminder that says, hey, you signed up for this,
Right.
are you still coming, and you confirm. So that way you don't have to wonder, well, will I get a ride or will there be too many people?
Okay.
Because it's all done in advance and it works beautifully. We have students who come and fly with us, and then they'll see a flight at maybe a nearby airport. Then they'll go there, and the next time we see them, they'll tell us, oh, I went here and I went there. So they're meeting different pilots, they're flying in different planes, and it's just really continuing to motivate students to be involved in aviation.
Now, Barbara, for the parents that and for our viewers that have young children, tell us a little bit about, for those that are not familiar with Young Eagles, where do the pilots come from? Where do you get
Pilots
them?
are members of our local chapters who are willing, out of the kindness of their heart, to offer a free airplane ride for students. And honestly, they are a special group. They're so amazing. They ask for nothing in return. They come, and their smiles are as big as the smiles on the children's faces. They love it, and they continue to do this. Our pilots have been flying with us for many years, and we, like you said, we go like every other month or so. I actually know some who fly for other chapters as well. That's how much they love doing it.
You know what? They're sharing their passion.
They are.
They're sharing their passion. They're really teachers.
Yes, they are for sure.
And they're mentors, and I love it. And then tell me a little bit with the Young Eagles. I know that you're involved with that, but I'm also looking at your shirt. And you came in and you're wearing Women in Aviation, which is near and dear to my heart,
yes.
which I love. But then prior to starting the broadcast, you were talking about girls in aviation. And of course, we know in aviation, we want to inspire the next generation. We want to inspire the next generation of aerospace, experts and flyers and pilots. Tell us a little bit about your involvement with Women in Aviation and what you do with girls in aviation.
Okay, well, that all started for me way back when I first got involved in aviation education, because I had the Eleanor Roosevelt grant, and I wrote a program for middle school girls to get them excited to take the higher level math and science classes, and people came to me and said, you need to write this grant. And at that time, it was the first grant I ever wrote, and I received a $10,000 grant, and we had girls, middle school girls, and back then they came like 12 Monday nights from 6 to 9 after they had been in school all day, and 3 all-day Saturdays. Each session was 15 weeks.
Right.
And they never missed a class. It was incredible. So that's how I got started. And then Women in Aviation, I'm a charter member of that.
Right.
So they started having, take your daughter to the conference at the annual Women in Aviation International Convention, which moves to different locations.
Right, okay.
This year we were in Orlando.
Yes.
But we started that, it was Take Your Daughter, and then it became Girls in Aviation Day. And that it is still called Girls in Aviation Day. Amazing. And this year was Orlando, next year will be Denver. So my part on this is that I get in touch with the school district in the city where they're having it.
Right.
And so I meet a lot of new people that way.
Yes.
But they will then help us get the word out in that area so the girls can sign up and come out. Our goal was always 250 girls. We had a little over 250 this year, plus the chaperones. It was an incredible day.
Now what do they do? Where was it in Orlando?
It was at the Marriott World Center.
Okay.
Our first time there, which is a huge place.
Right.
And we had just lots of space to have this.
Okay.
And there's a career panel. Okay. So we have a moderator and ladies who are in different aviation careers. Fabulous. And they speak, and then the girls are able to ask questions. And there is also a college fair.
Okay.
And then they go to what we call the stations.
Okay.
And there are various companies who come, and they all send like a team of volunteers who set up an activity. Okay. And this huge ballroom had activities going all over it. It was electric in that room.
What may I ask? Because I'm interested, especially as an educator. What were some of the activities that they did?
Oh,
what were some of the stuff that they were doing?
They did Smart Skies, where
Okay.
this is a program that's on the computer,
Okay.
where the planes are all coming in and they learn to have them stacked so that
It's air traffic control?
yes, that's air traffic control. It's really a wonderful program.
That's awesome.
Yes, and then there are things like the ladies, the maintenance people come. They bring wire and beads, and they make bracelets
Okay.
at that one. I've seen them make the little lip care things. There are just all kinds. And then you have things that fly. They make things with paper airplanes. They made rockets. We had drones there. They had a drone cage,
Yes.
and the girls that got to fly the drones in the cage.
Wow.
The whole room was filled with things, and
awesome.
just absolutely incredible.
That's phenomenal. Now, do you write the program, or tell me again? Are you writing the educational component still? Help me understand.
No, this is just for that day, and
Okay.
so those groups will contact the Women in Aviation headquarters,
Okay.
and they will volunteer for whatever their station is that they're
okay.
going to do.
Okay.
And then we come in on Friday evening and we set it all up in the ballroom, and then it just comes to life on Saturday morning. And then we also have a speaker. They have a lunch,
Okay.
and they get their own keynote speaker for Girls' Day.
Really?
Yes, this year we had a young lady who owns her own helicopter business, and it was great. She related so well with the girls.
Yes.
And then we do a scavenger hunt in the exhibit hall. So off they go, and we have posted signs for different pioneers in aviation.
Right.
And they have to go find those, and then they answer the questions, and they get to drop that in. But all the while, we have all the airlines in there and all the
Right.
different companies. They've all saved some of their swag back for the girls, and they come away with a bag filled
You
with.
gotta have the swag.
Gotta have it.
You've got to have the swag. So next year it's going to be in Denver.
Denver.
Okay. How exciting! I mean, do you sleep?
Not very
Not
much.
very much. No, I mean, this has got to be. This is so exciting. What's next after Denver? So what else? Tell me a little bit more.
Well, in addition to the Girls' Day, there is a Girls in Aviation Day every year in September that the EAA chapters put on. So every chapter in the world is invited to participate in that.
Okay.
And they plan their own. You were mentioning earlier
Right.
about our Central Florida chapter
Yes,
of
yes.
Women in Aviation held theirs over at Kennedy Space Center. And it was right out where the shuttle used to launch.
Yes.
They got to see all of that. It was amazing.
I had the pleasure of being there. And they had buses.
Right.
Buses, I think there were 4 or 5 buses lined up. What age group were the girls, Barbara? How old were they?
Our chapter does the 8 to 17.
Okay, so
Yes.
basically, so that's
It
upper
even starts
elementary
in
to high school.
Yeah, that's like 3rd grade through high school. Right.
awesome.
It really is, and we've been participating in that, as do many chapters from all over. It's around the world, and the magazine that comes out after that,
Yes.
there's a Girls in Aviation magazine as well as the Women in Aviation magazine. But it's just incredible, the pictures that you see from around the world, the different activities that the girls get to participate in. It's just incredible.
Now, I have to ask, have you had an opportunity, obviously you're involved with your chapter and setting that up, but have you had an opportunity to travel, to see some of the other chapters and what they've done?
I did see the one in Dayton a couple
Okay.
years ago. I was there for the Hall of Fame enshrinement.
That's
So
awesome.
they held theirs the next day, so I got to see it. But normally they are on Saturday in September, and those are all done by chapters, as I said, all around the world.
Where can our viewers, where can families, where can they find, especially the young women, Barbara, where can they find out more about this and find out about these days, find out about the Girls in Aviation, for the women that are watching, the Women in Aviation? Anyone is welcome to join, correct?
Anyone, yes. That's the really neat thing about Women in Aviation. anything at all that you do. And if you have an interest in aviation, you are welcome to join that.
They don't have to be pilots.
They do not have to be
They don't even
pilots.
have to have taken a flight.
No. It's just if they have, I always say, if you have that passion,
Yes.
you're interested in aviation and you're willing to share that with the girls,
Yeah.
there is a place for you.
I love it. How can they find out more about it? Are there websites that you can
Yes.
share? Can you give us websites?
Well, for the Women in Aviation International, it's WAI.org. And I know that sounds, you think it should be the letters reversed, but it's Women Aviation International.
Okay.
So WAI.org.
Gotcha.
And then for the Central Florida area, ours is WAI-CFL.
Okay. Now, let me ask you, Barbara, I know if someone, are you here through the weekend?
I am.
Where are you located? If somebody wanted to come up and talk to you, or we have a young woman that is interested, where can they find you? Is there a place we can find you? Or?
Well, we could put me somewhere.
Okay.
I kind of wander all around.
Well, you know what? You're beautiful. They'll see you. That's fine. That's awesome. So, so are you here with your EAA chapter? Or are you just here to see it? Tell us a little.
I'm just pretty much here,
Okay.
wandering,
Okay.
as I say.
Okay.
I just love being able to visit with everyone. You know, some of them you only see once or twice a year,
Yeah.
and so it's just such a big reunion.
It is.
But it's hard to say in one place,
Okay.
you know, where I would be.
Okay.
But they can always email me or, you know, contact,
Okay.
call me.
Would you like to give, and I'm going to give you the opportunity, once again, just like we're giving our viewers those opportunities to reach out, would you like to give them an email so
Sure.
that they can reach out? Especially, I would highly recommend, you will not find a better person, a better educator, especially if you have any passion at all for aviation as a woman. This lady has been a mentor to me, and I would highly recommend her. So do you want to go ahead and give them a place where they can contact you?
They can contact me. Let's use the flypatbarb
Okay.
at AOL.com.
I love it. I love it. And you're still flying.
Yes.
And you still love it.
And absolutely.
What
I
are you
love
flying
it.
now? I have to ask.
Well, we have a Piper Cub now, but my husband says that I've given up my flying because of I go to Orlando Executive every Saturday with all these classes
Yes.
with the young people. And so I'm not getting up to the other airport to fly very much. So he likes to pick on me.
He does?
Yeah.
Well, and so for those that are in Orlando, you're flying out of Orlando Executive?
No, that's where our classes are. And that's
are.
a really good place if they are in that area. Every Saturday, I'm there in the EAA 74 Clubhouse.
Okay. And what time, Barbara? If they can anyone,
9 to 12 every Saturday.
and do they have to sign? Do they sign up online, or can they just come and show up? Tell us a little bit if they're interested in the
If
classes.
they want to come to those classes, yes, we are. They can go to our EAA74.org website.
Okay.
And then look for Introduction to Aviation.
Gotcha.
And then just follow that, and it'll give a summary of what we do each week.
Perfect.
And the dates for upcoming. Okay. My fall session is already filled, and I'm taking registrations for next January, winter, and spring.
Seriously, how many people in each class?
15. The
Okay.
instructors like to keep it at 15. I tend to go a little bit over because
Okay.
the teacher in me says, "Oh, what's
one more?
another one or two more."
I love it.
But yes.
Okay, so they can sign up. We're starting for the winter.
Right, they would
January?
be that would be January and February.
Gotcha.
They're there 9 to 12 each, and we do ask that they come to all the classes.
Okay.
And then the spring one will be March and April.
Awesome.
Yes, and I am still the math and science coach at an elementary school too.
Still,
Yeah, I'm still
you
there.
never stop. I love this. I love it. And now, just to wrap up, Young Eagles flights. How often do those happen? And again, where can those our viewers that are watching?
Right.
Where can we get those children in the air?
You want to go to yeday.org.
Gotcha.
And the website is set up that it will give you within like a 50-mile radius of the airports in your area.
Awesome.
So automatically, you're not going to get ones that are real far away. You're
Right.
going to get ones that you could easily get to.
That's
and as I
awesome.
said, the students are really catching on to that, and they are going and taking advantage, which is wonderful. But for those who have never done it, I really recommend take them out, and the flights are just for the kids.
Yep.
And then while they're out, the parents get to talk to us and learn a little bit more about aviation. But what a great way to get the kids on the inside of the fence at the airport.
Awesome. Barbara, it is always it's a joy and a pleasure to have you
Thank
here.
you so
Thank
much.
you for your passion, for your love, for your mentorship, for everything you do for aerospace education. Just as from one educator to another, thank you.
Thank
You're
you
awesome.
so much.
You're awesome. Well, I tell you what, my name is Lori Bradner. I'm with the Florida Aviation Network. We are broadcasting live and in the clear from the Central Florida Aerospace Academy, where we were here with Barbara Walters-Phillips. We're celebrating 50 years of sun and fun. We've got beautiful weather today. If you haven't been to the Lakeland Linder Regional Airport, we want you to come down today. Please do not miss it. We've got fun and aerospace for everyone from ages 2 to 92. Again, my name is Lori Bradner with the Florida Aviation Network, and we look forward to seeing you here at the 50th anniversary celebration of Sun and Fun.